Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. And if you are new to this channel, my name is Yash Murukte. I'm a third year student at MIT. And today we'll discuss about what is loops, what are the types of loops, and we'll take one or two examples. So let's get started. Let's see what is the loops. So repeating the same process multiple times until the condition is satisfied. In Python programming as well, it is the same concept, repeating the same process multiple times until the condition is satisfied. So this is what is loops. So we have two types of loops, for loop and while loop. Enough with the theory, now let's start with an example. So here I have an example. Here we have a list. Inside that list there are various items, various names. So here we have for loop, we have a variable and the list. So this is the variable. In this variable, the list, whatever the items in the list, it will keep on assigning items to the variables and then we'll print the variable. So here this indentation is very important because without this indentation, it doesn't consider that block of that code. So this indentation is necessary. This indentation is essential because if we remove this indentation, let's take it here and I'll print it. So yeah, it is obvious that it will give an error. Yes, we have an error, that is print indentation error, expected an indentation block after for. So it will give an syntax error. So we'll just print, hit here tab. So now let's print it. Yeah, so we have the names printed. So what is happening here is we have this for variable in list. So the list, whatever the items are present in that list, so through the iterations it will keep on assigning the items to the variable and we are printing that variable here. This iteration will stop when there are no items left in the list. So we have an example of for loop. Now let's start with the while loop. Yeah, so this is an example of while loop. So what's happening in this code is we have two variables, count and result. So in this example, what we are going to do is we will take the input from the users. Like we'll take 5 number of inputs, not 5, we'll take 7 number of inputs. 7 number is good. 7 number is good. Whatever the number user has given, it will give the addition of that 7 numbers. So we'll print the sum of 7 numbers. So here we have count is equal to 0, result is equal to 0. Then while count is less than 7, so what this process is going to do is it checks if count is less than 7. So yes, count is equal to 0 for now at the beginning of the code. So it will execute the block of code. So what the block of code has is num is equal to int. So while taking the input, we are taking the input as integer. This is typecasting. I've already shown what is typecasting in my previous videos. You can check it out. So num is equal to int input enter 7 numbers for additions. User will give the input of 7 numbers and will print the sum of that 7 numbers. So initially result value is 0. So we'll write here result is equal to result plus num. From 7 numbers, consider the first number is 2. So here what the process will go on, that is 0 plus 2. So what is the value of result now? It is 2. For the next time when it iterates again, the result is already 2. So 2 plus whatever the number is. Consider an example, we will write here 2 plus the second input is 4. So here 4 plus 2 is equal to 6. Now the result value has 6. So this process keeps on iterating until the condition is false. So count plus is equal to 1. So here we are increasing the count because we want to iterate it only 7 times. We'll write here count plus is equal to 1 and it needs to be increased. If we don't increase the value of count, it will keep on iterating again and again multiple times. It is like it will go in the infinite loop. So we don't want that. So we'll keep on increasing the count value. So when the condition is satisfied, it will print the result. So let's print it. So let's take 7 numbers of input. So we have 41. So this is the addition of these all 7 numbers. So we have the correct output. So that's all for today. See you in the next video.
Microphone check, make it a microphone check. Give it a microphone, I make it a microphone dead.